All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving deep today into the world of cryptocurrency, and specifically, we're looking at RLUSD.
Ripple's new stablecoin, yeah.
Exactly. There's been a lot of buzz surrounding it, and
There has.
it seems like it could really be a game changer.
Yeah.
But there are already so many stablecoins out there. So what makes this one so different?
Well, you're right, there are. I think what makes this one so interesting and potentially such a big deal is that it's really honed in on this one very specific problem in global finance, international transactions.
And that is a problem. I mean, I feel like we all know.
It is.
It takes forever to send money overseas and it costs a fortune. I mean, shouldn't this be easier by now? It's 2024.
It really should. But the thing is, the system we have now, the way we do things, it relies so heavily on SWIFT.
Right.
That network that's been around for decades.
Yeah.
And it's slow. Like a lot of times it can take days to process a transaction. The fees can be insane. And on top of all that, it's just not a very transparent system. So it can be hard to even track where your money is in the process.
So is that what RLUSD is trying to fix?
Yeah. It's all about streamlining that whole process. Like imagine near instant transactions.
Wow.
Way lower fees. And you've got complete transparency thanks to blockchain. I mean, that's the goal anyway.
That sounds like a dream for businesses, especially.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about if you're a small business owner and you're trying to, pay a supplier overseas.
Yeah, it'd be huge.
RLUSD could save so much time and money.
Absolutely.
It's wild. And one of the things I saw, I think it was in Fortune Crypto. I don't know if you saw that article.
I didn't see that one, no.
It was talking about how RLUSD is already launching on multiple exchanges around the world.
Wow.
Which is, in and of itself, pretty amazing for a brand new stablecoin.
Yeah.
But get this, people are actually paying a premium for it.
Really?
Like a stablecoin pegged to the US dollar, you'd think it would just trade at $1, right?
Right.
But it's trading higher than that.
Huh. That is interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that really speaks volumes about the level of confidence or at least the anticipation surrounding RLUSD.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that premium. Like, why does it exist?
Right.
I mean, it could be a limited initial supply, or maybe there's huge demand from specific sectors, maybe businesses that are just eager to start using it. It's hard to say.
Right.
I think the market is still trying to figure all that out.
Yeah. Although that premium itself, wouldn't that make people less likely to actually use it?
That's a good point, yeah.
I mean, if you think it's just going to keep going up in value.
Right.
It's more like an investment then.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. I mean, if people are thinking about it more like an investment asset than an actual currency for making transactions, then that could really hurt its chances of actually being adopted for everyday use. It's a tricky thing.
Okay, so we've got speed, we've got lower cost, we've got transparency. But how does this thing actually stay stable?
Yeah.
How is it actually pegged to the US dollar?
Good question. So the specifics will vary depending on the stablecoin,
Yeah.
But generally, the way stablecoins maintain their peg is through holding reserves. Think of it like a bank, holding your deposits. So for every single RLUSD that is issued, there should be a corresponding US dollar or an equivalent asset held in reserve.
Okay.
And that's what gives people confidence that no matter what, their RLUSD can always be redeemed at a stable value.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
SWIFT. You're saying this stablecoin could actually disrupt a system that has been the backbone of international finance for, as long as I can remember.
It has the potential, that's for sure. I mean, whether or not it actually succeeds, that's a much more complicated question. SWIFT has some big advantages.
Yeah.
They've been around forever. They've got this huge network of financial institutions all over the world.
Right.
But RLUSD, I think, offers a really compelling alternative, especially for people who want faster, cheaper, and just more transparent transactions.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, what does all this mean for, the future of global finance? I mean, could we be on the verge of a major shift where stablecoins like this become the main way to move money across borders?
Well, that's a big question. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. But I think we're definitely at a crossroads.
Yeah.
And I think RLUSD could be a big part of whatever comes next. I mean, if it can overcome some of the hurdles it's facing, I think it has a real shot at becoming a major player.
What are the biggest hurdles, would you say?
Well, regulation. I mean, figuring that out is a big one. Governments are still trying to wrap their heads around, cryptocurrencies in general and stablecoins specifically. Right. And then there's adoption. For RLUSD to really take off, it needs more than just regular people using it. It needs major banks, financial institutions, big businesses to get on board.
Yeah.
And of course, security. Any stablecoin that wants to be successful has to be incredibly secure to gain people's trust.
Right. A lot to keep an eye on. So for people following this story, what are the key things to watch for as things develop?
Definitely watch what happens with regulation. Keep an eye on partnerships. If they start announcing partnerships with big players in the financial world, that would be a good sign. And then just look for real-world use cases. If you start seeing businesses and institutions actually using RLUSD in a big way, that's going to be a signal that it's, really starting to gain traction.
All right. Well, there you have it. The RLUSD deep dive. We'll have to keep watching this one and see how it plays out. But things are definitely getting interesting in the world of stablecoins and global finance.
Yeah, absolutely. Buckle up.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.
See you then.